Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian.is.weird. I am an idiot. I did a whole live talking about the yarn that I was selling, and then poop. I deleted it because there were things wrong in the beginning, and I just deleted it to try to start a new stream, and then I could enter the stream, and it was very weird. Anyways, I've got to go through all my yarn again, but I feel like it would be easier to show you than to try to write it all out again. So I might be very brief in this. Who knows? I'm tired. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the yarn that I dyed first. So this is my Trans Pride yarn. So these first two skeins are more blue than anything else. You can see some pink and some white in the color variation. The color's a little. There we go. It's a little bit better. So you can see there it's showing a little bit purple, which is not. It looks so different on live. The colors are more pastel for sure. This is it just used in a knitting machine, so you can frog it super easy. I just wanted to see how the color distribution was. So these two are the same dye lot. So there are 200 grams in this dye lot, and then there are 200 grams in this dye lot, which I like a lot better because we got a lot more pink and a lot more white. So you can get either dye lot. The yarn that I dyed first, that I was just trying to get a feel for dyeing. I don't feel like I'm going to charge. I want to charge full price for that because it just doesn't seem right. But also, I don't have a lot of need to keep it. So that's why I'm like, I'll sell it if anybody wants it. So the next, I'm in the process of frogging. So I'll kind of show you the progress of like my dyeing. So these are all the same amounts. The last one might be more, but anyways. So this was my first attempt at dyeing my neon rainbow. You can see that it's bright in some sections, but it kind of has this overall kind of like muddiness to it, so it wasn't exactly what I wanted. It still gives great color. This is going to be 200 grams. The next dye lot, 200 grams. This is what it looked like, so quite a bit brighter. You can see that the colors are still the tiniest bit muted compared to my final result. So these two are up for sale. These are 200 grams a piece. So this is my second dye lot, and then this is what I sell now. So we can see a distinct difference in the neons. See how like this green like isn't giving, whereas this green is giving. So it's still very bright. Like, I don't want to disparage my own work, but like it's still very bright. But I knew I could get better, so this is where I ended up, and I'm a lot happier with this. So this is still regular price on my Etsy, but the other ones would be much cheaper. And if you want to know how much 200 grams equates to in yardage, and you're interested, just let me know. Next, for hanks of yarn that I have two. These are from Knit Picks. They're the same yarn, just in two different colors. So they are both Heatherly Sport Weight. They are 328 yards. They are a 2-weight yarn, 80% acrylic, 20% merino wool. You can hand wash and dry flat. They're this one's coming out. Okay, so this one is called Peach Fuzz. I would say it's a little less orange than what you think Peach Fuzz might look like, but it still has that tinge of orange. It's very pretty. That's probably the truest to color that I can get with that. The next one is called Butter. I would say that this is more of a dark cream than a like buttery color. It's got like a little bit of that yellow, but it's not really like I don't know. When I think butter yellow, I think of a very different color. So this is pretty true to that color. Next, I have two of these. So these are Cascade Yarn 220 Superwash Sport 100% Merino Wool. It is a lightweight 3. It is 135 yards. It's 50 grams. Recommends a G to H size hook, machine wash cold, tumble dry low. The color is 821. I would say that this is kind of like a daffodil yellow. It's not quite that dark, but it's vibrant, but it's not like boom in your face. It's very like you could go out into a garden, see this color. I'm trying to describe colors well because I know sometimes it can be a little tricky. So I never know how to say this brand. Baracco, I don't know. I don't know. So this is the Ultra Alpaca. I would say that this is a 4-weight myself. This is the color 6262. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 215 yards, 50 alpaca, 50 wool. Hand wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. So I would say that this is on like the muted side of a spring green. It's not super vibrant, but it's also not like dull by any means. It's a very beautiful color. Very, very nice. So I have 3 of those. Then next I have the Mojaves. Make sure I grab them all. So the Mojave yarn is 60% cotton, 40% linen, 185 yards, and they're 50 grams each. They are a hand wash or machine wash cold, dry flat, low iron, do not tumble dry. This is a 2/8 fine. It recommends a 3.5 to 4 millimeter hook. This is the color Prussian blue. If you look up the color Prussian blue, that's exactly what this is. Kind of like a lighter navy steel. Like it's just look up the color Prussian blue, and this is exactly what you have. So I have 6 of these. And then in the same yarn, I have 1 of these, and this I would say is kind of like a pastel uh, spring green. It does not really have any like yellow tones in it. It's a very cool toned green. But I'd like to sell them all together because I'm not going to do anything with these ever, if I'm being honest. Just not really my jam. Okay, so I have 1 of these. This is a beautiful yarn. The feel, the touch, the squish, the soft, the fuzz. It all reminds me of, and the tubular style of the yarn, all remind me of Picasso yarn from Ice Yarns, except this yarn content is very different. So this is Illimani. And this is the Amelie yarn. It's 56% mulberry silk, 40% baby alpaca, 4% merino, and it's 164 yards. Made in Peru, hand wash only, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, do not iron. And this is the color ZL85. I only have 1 of these, but boy is it beautiful, and it's a solid 4-weight yarn. Then I have 2 of these. This is the Alpaca Cloud. This is the fingering weight, and it's in the color Thomas. It's black. It's black. I don't feel like I need to describe that any more details. It's 200 yards. It is a 1-weight 100% superfine merino, hand wash cold, dry flat. It's the color N5, and it's made in Peru. And I have 2 of these babies. And did I say how much yardage it had? Yeah, 200 yards per skein, per hank. Next, I have, oh my gosh, I almost said little Mojave. tape. Okay, so next I have these, also from Baracco. Will anyone ever tell me how to say that? Does anyone actually know how to say that? This is beautiful yarn. I lost my shit when I saw this yarn. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 of them. This is the Baracco Peruvia. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. 100% Peruvian Highland wool, made in Peru. The color is 7143. And hand wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. I believe that this is a solid 4-weight. It looks like it's spun. It looks like a roving style. It has very slight color variations, but they're all tonal. And it just gives this yarn just like a lot of really just, it's a dark, very dark, deep teal. Not very, very dark, but it's a dark teal. I don't know if you can kind of get that like green sense from it. It looks just kind of blue. But this is teal. This is teal. Like, that's teal. And it's gorgeous. 174 yards, and I have 7 of them. It's pretty sweet, right? I think it's pretty sweet. If I were you, I would buy all of them. The next two, and the last two in hank form, are from Ice Yarns. This is their hand-dyed superwash merino. It's 100% superwash. It's 100 grams or 200 meters. It's a 4-weight yarn, and it has green, blue, and I found purple when I did my first like broadcast or whatever. It's really gorgeous, super, super vibrant. Comes in 2 hanks like this. Gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. This has been sold out, I think, since I bought it a while ago. So next, I have 2 bags, 2 8-packs of this winter sale yarn. So unfortunately, I can't give you the most details. Sometimes you can pull off the sale tag and get what the original things is. Okay, things are. So this is sale winter. It's 40% acrylic, 50% wool. The color is dark khaki. It's 190 meters. Looks like 50 grams right there. It's a very pretty dark green. I was gonna make a sweater out of this. Had no idea how much I would need. So I bought 16 balls of it. 16 50-gram balls, and then never really did anything with it. So, this could be yours. Okay, and then some kind of just like miscellaneous stuff before I get to like the texture box. So I have 2 Scarfie, the cranberry and black. They're full skeins. So Scarfie is, let's see, 5.3 ounces, 312 yards. It's a 5 bulky weight. They recommend using a K or a 10.5 millimeter, K or 6.5 millimeter hook. It is 78% acrylic, 22% wool, machine wash, cool, lay flat to dry. Again, the color is cranberry and black. So I've got 2 full ones of those. And then I started working on a project when I was knitting with the green and black one, but I never finished it. So I have the frog one there. But this is what the green and black looks like. It's very, very, very pretty. And I love green and I love black. So it looks nice. It's really hard to capture that green. Capture the green, you motherfucker. But I just have 1 skein of that. But luckily, Scarfie is still being sold, so you would be able to get more if you needed it. Okay, so next, these are just kind of like random yarns. So I have maybe a little, so I would say like 2.5, maybe 3. I don't know. This might be like a whole one. That might be a whole one. Who knows? Close to 3. This is Yarn Bee Hue IQ. I believe this has been discontinued. This is the color Smoked Plum. I think it has, like, this is like a very good, like, rose gold variegated, like, tonal yarn, because it kind of ranges from this, like, light rose gold to, like, these, like, plummy, like, rose gold colors. Kind of like all the variations that you could think of for rose gold. So to me, it just gives a lot of that vibe. I feel like you might be able to see it a little bit better in the cake form. But I've got 3 of these. This is a whole skein, despite how it looks. I started working on a project and then I abandoned it, frogged it. So this is Bernat Softy Chunky. It recommends an 8mm hook. Let's see. This is the color dark green. It's a 6-weight, super bulky. It's 100% acrylic, 3.5 ounces, 108 yards. Really, really nice yarn. Would be amazing as a hat or anything like that. So really nice yarn. So the next is my Bernat Softy Baby yarn. This is in the color Soft Lilac. I personally don't love this yarn. It splits a lot on me, but some people really like this yarn, so use your discretion. This is probably like 70% of a full ball. It's very soft. Like, it's very soft. Definitely appropriate for, like, baby clothes, baby blankets, things like that. It's just the yarn and I just didn't work well together. But it's a really nice, pretty, like, lilac blue or purple. Lilac purple. This came out of left field. I was like, why is this here? So this is a decorative yarn, and it is metallic, which I should go get my metallics because I have some that I could part with. This is a metallic, so you could use it as a ribbon yarn and crochet with it like that. Also, it's got this netting, which is really, really interesting. So that could be a beautiful detail on whatever you make. And it's also like a tonal variegation where you get this really, really light beige gold to all the way to like a bronze. And then there's a gold metallic thread going throughout the whole thing. Very beautiful, very cool. No idea what it is. So let me go grab some sparkles. Okay, so we're gonna start with these sparkle cones. So I have 2 what I presume to be full cones of this sparkly brown. So it's brown with gold sparkle. It's so gorgeous. It will take your breath away. I started trying to put it through my knitting machine to make like a knit, like a tube yarn. Doesn't really like going through my knitting machine. It is pretty scratchy, so anything directly on the skin, not super sure about, but I'm pretty sure that these are 2 full cones of it. It's just gorgeous. Like, I'm always full of ideas, but then I'm like, ooh, but then it'll touch my skin. I love this yarn, and I would keep it, but if someone could have use for it, I would love that. Probably the same brand of yarn. Again, I guess I thrifted those. I have no idea what they are or their yarn content is. This is definitely not a full cone of the gold version, but it's like a pale golden base with gold thread throughout. So it's just really freaking pretty. Very, very pretty yarn. So now I have a bunch of like the dazzling brand yarn from, or type yarn from Yarn Bee. I got this ages ago. So I just have a bunch of the different colors. So let's see. I have 2 of this color. So this is dazzling. It's kind of like a rainbow. The color is Sunburst. And let's see, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 249 yards, 98% acrylic, 2% metallic polyester. Recommends a 5.5 crochet hook, and it's a 4-weight, which I think is accurate. So, I mean, they're beautiful, and they've got a golden sparkle woven throughout. But so it's like a cream mixed with rainbow, like variegated rainbow or self-striping rainbow, and then gold throughout. So very, very pretty. They have a couple other versions of this. There's the blue version. Now the blue version I did use for something, so it's like half a ball probably, and then a full ball here. This is the color pool, like swimming pool. Right there. This one's gorgeous. It looks like fire. And this is the color Aztec Orange. Just like oranges and reds and browns. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Very, very soft. Very soft. And then I think I have one of... Oh wait, here's another Aztec Orange. So I've got 3 of those. And sorry, my yarn is falling all over the place because I'm disorganized and I have too much fucking yarn. And then I have one more, and this is called Hint of Jasmine, and it's just different shades of green. And if you dig in there, there's purple. Ooh. So that's the hint of jasmine, because that's like, it's green. What are you talking about? Nope, there's definitely purple in there. So it's like purple and green, and it's got the golden sparkle. Super, super gorgeous. Very, very soft. And then the last sparkle. Now this is more of like a shimmer than a straight up sparkle yarn. So it's hard to tell exactly how much is in here because this was thrifted. So this is Baby Bee. Recommends a 4 millimeter crochet hook. This is Sweet Delight Pump, Bashful, 340 yards, 4 ounces. It's 54% acrylic, 36% polyamide, 10% rayon. It's a 3 lightweight. And it's definitely like a soft peachy color with a nice little shimmer. Can you see the shimmer? If you can't see the shimmer, does it exist? Can you see it in the ball right there? It exists. I promise that there's shimmer in there. And it's the same color pretty much. It just has that shine. So it's a really nice yarn, and I think it could get some mileage out of that. So those are the sparkle yarns that I'm willing to part with. Next is so I have two different colors, same yarn, and I have 11 balls of each, if I counted correctly. I think I might have missed one or something like that. But I think that they are either the exact same or one's just one different. So they are Mighty Stitch from Knit Picks. They're the super bulky weight, which last time I checked on Knit Picks website, they did not have the super bulky weight. They just had the bulky weight. So I just compared prices on there. This is in the color Alfalfa. It is a pea soup green, very, very cute. It is a 6-weight, 80% acrylic, 20% superwash wool, machine wash cold, tumble dry low. They recommend a M to N size hook. So I have 11 of these, and I have 11 of these. So this color is called Fairy Tale. It's like pure raspberry deliciousness. It is the same everything, just a different color. So I have 11 of each of these. So you could really do some damage, and they look really cute together. I wouldn't have put these colors together, but when my friend gave them to me, I was like, I can see what you were going for, and I like it. Next is a pack of, I'm going to have a couple packs of yarn from Ice Yarns. So this is, I think this was also on sale. Yeah, sale winter. It is 30% acrylic. Wait, maybe it's 70% acrylic, 30 wool. It's got wool and acrylic, TBD on what it actually is. The color is navy and gray. It's a navy and gray marled yarn. It is, they say 260 meters. It's 50-gram ball. There's 8 of them, unused. It's very thin. I would venture to say that this is a 2-weight yarn. But it's not like too thin to work with from, I would say the majority of people I know. Doesn't mean it's not too thin for you, do what you want to do. But like, this is a really pretty yarn. I really wanted to make something kind of punk and grungy with it, but I just never got around to it. And so it's been sitting on my shelves for years. Since I did my last big ice yarn haul, which, look back, see how long ago that was. Yeah, exactly. These are more of the same. I'm just kind of I got them, had great intentions, never used them. So this yarn's so pretty. Oh my gosh, this also looks like fire. So 8 balls of this. This is the Basque, BASQUE. I am almost positive that they do not sell this anymore. Let's see. So stats inside. Am I upside down? Yep. 40% wool, 30% acrylic, 20% polyamide, 10% metallic lurex, 50 grams, 85 meters, plus or minus, and it's a 4-weight yarn. This is if you made the character Phoenix from X-Men into a yarn, this would be it. So it is orange and red yarn with a red metallic strand going over it. Where do I go? What do I do? Maybe that's better. It's just and it's not it looks kind of chunky and roving, but it's really not. It's pretty smooth. It's just kind of the fuzz of it all, that kind of creates that texture, but it's really not, it's not roving and changing size all over the place. The red metallic just gives it this just burst of it's amazing. Very beautiful. 8 balls. Okay, lastly from Ice Yarn. So one of these is partially used. The rest are untouched. So 7 and 7.5. Sure. So this is alpacot. So ALPACOT, and I'm sure that they don't carry this anymore. So this is 30% alpaca, 15% wool, 68% cotton, 11% acrylic, 5% polyamide, 50 grams, 100 meters, and it's a 4-weight yarn. So this is a neon yellow, but it has a white base, which helps the neon stand out. But when you look at it, it's hard. The light's bright. Now I'm the light's too bright. So it almost looks like it glows, right? It does not glow. It might glow under black light. I've not tried that. I don't have a black light. I try to stay away from those because I'm afraid of what they might show. But if you look at it really closely, you can kind of see that white in a lot of places. So it's not like the white is hidden underneath all of that neon yellow. Oh, good God, that's swiveled very fast. It's not like you can't see the white, but the yellow is so blindingly yellow that it's not the main focus, but once you look into it, you're gonna see that white, just to be honest with you. But it's a really cool yarn. It's very, very soft, just like the orange, the whatever that fucking fire yarn is called. They're both very, very soft, very, very scarfable, make this for like this would be great if you do like you're making Halloween stuff. You want to make sure that your kids or whoever's trick or treating is like very visible, but you want to add a little something to their costume. This like you cannot miss this. This is bright as hell. It's like it's safety yellow, and it's so bright. So those are the last time ice yarns. And then I have a couple variegated yarns before I get into all my textured yarns. I have a lot of yarns. And then I have even more that I'm like not showing because I'm like not quite sure. So if you're not quite sure and you think I might have a yarn that you might like, just let me know. Also, I'm not talking about prices on any of these. So just let me know what you're interested in and I can give you kind of a pricing because like also like I'm trying to get rid of a lot of stuff, so I will like cut like I'm trying to like get like I'm like, oh, like I see that you want this velvet yarn. What if I threw in all this other velvet yarn for like $2 more? I don't know what that was, and we're just gonna forget that it happened. What are you talking about? Okay, so I tried to give this yarn a chance. This is the Premier Basics Mosaic. It's a 4-weight worsted yarn. It's 216 yards, 4.23 ounces, 100% acrylic. 2 skeins will make 1 scarf. This is the color Grapevine. It's very pretty, and it looks exactly like it does on the website. So if you look, they still have it. And then whatever this is, maybe half a skein, so 1.5. I just can't seem to make this variegation work in my favor at all. Something about it just is not giving the fantasy that I want. So please buy it for me. Also, I have some Caron 1 pounds and some like Lion Brand Pound of Loves that have been used to various degrees, but those are so much to ship. And honestly, like you can get them shipped from like a craft store for so much cheaper. But if you are in my area, like if you are in North Carolina and you're close to me, we can meet up, and then you don't have to worry about shipping costs at all. Because honestly, I'd rather just like give the yarn to a loving home than have like shipping costs eat up a lot of your budget, because that's stupid to me. Okay, so I mentioned this in my live. So this is let's see how many colors of this one I have. So I actually have 8. So the color is so the name is Brava. It is a worsted weight, 218 yards or 100 grams. And then I have 8 different colors of it. So this is the color Salt and Pepper Speckle. It is a light gray with shades of charcoal and black speckling to it. And then this is kind of all of the colors of the rainbow together. This is Cake Pop Speckle, so it's got your yellows, your reds, your blues, your purples. It's not heavily speckled, so it's kind of like on the lighter speckled side, so if that's something you care about. The rest of them are more speckled than that one. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. And then let's see. So we have this one, which is kind of like an indigo. This is Snow Day Speckle. So it's a very light blue base with some navy and blue. This tag ripped. I'm sorry. The color sucks. Not the color itself, but just like the camera. Colors are hard, y'all. Just know that I'm trying. So that's the Snow Day, that's the dark blue one, and then we move into a more teal one, and this is the Tidal Speckle. So this is got shades of turquoise and teal and like darker teal speckles in it. Then we have purple, which is the plummy speckle. Shades of lilac, a very light like lavendery lilac color, shades of lilac and violet speckle in there very cute. You can get the whole rainbow in this, and then you get your gray speckle, and then you get like the rainbow speckle to tie it all together. I already pulled that one up. Then we have our yellowy one. This is just peachy speckle. So it is a very light peach with some yellows, some oranges, some peachy tones as speckles in there. It's a very pretty yarn, and I feel like the camera's just not really doing it justice. Now, when this was again gifted to me. When I choose my speckles, I want my speckles to be like a little bit more prominent, like red heart speckles. Like I like that amount of speckles, but this is a lot more subtle. So if you're more of a subtle person than me, which is not hard to do, by the way, because I am the most too much person who's ever existed. By the way, I got my hair cut today, and like my hair is like, what are you doing to me? But at least it's clean in the back, and I like the way it feels when it's short. Anywho, let's see. So the next is the Rosebud. Very light pink with different shades of pink and rose speckled throughout it. Very pretty. And then this one is the Cherry Speckle. So this one has shades of maroon, cherry, red, and it's got a little bit of a darker pink base than the one before it. So those are the variegated and sparkle yarns, and then these yarns and the ice yarns. And then now we're going to get into the texture bucket. Okay, so now we're going to get into the texture bin. Some of this I thrifted, some of this I purchased directly, some of this I had labels on it, some of it I've used a little bit of, some of it I used a lot of. So there's a lot of things going on. I might not know what the name of the yarn is. Just, bear with me. And if you are trying to find something that I did not know the name of that you want, using like a timestamp or something would be really helpful for me to be able to find it. So first I have two yarns that I've purchased. These are both Premier Little Bunnies. The first color is key lime, and the second one is mango. They fit the description. The lime is not as punchy as it could be, but it's still, still a lime color for sure. They are both a bulky 5 weight. They're from Premier, 109 yards per skein. These have not been used. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 100% polyester. Let's see, recommends an 8mm crochet hook. So I have one of each of these. Next is Bernat Pipsqueak. I have almost 4 full skeins of this. This is in the white color. I did use a little bit of it to do some trim on my Christmas Medusa last year, I think, but barely any. So it's almost 4 full skeins. So this is Bernat Pipsqueak. It recommends a K or a 6.5mm hook. It's super, super soft. I found very easy to work with, bulky number 5, and 100% polyester, 3.5 ounces, approximately 101 yards. So there's 4 of those. Next is from Hobby Lobby that my mom bought from herself and then gave to me. This is Baby Bee Adorable. It's a plushy, like chenille yarn. It's a pink/white multi. It's got pink, white, and then this like light gray. And so I have almost 2 full balls of that. I just had to break into this one. This has 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 92 yards per skein, 100% polyester, recommends a 9mm crochet hook. So very soft, doesn't it's doesn't like fall apart or anything like that. Very good, reliable yarn. So the next is Loops and Threads. So this is still being sold at Michael's. This is the Twisted Tones. I fell in love with this when I saw it worked up for the swatch. 82 yards per ball, and this is the color paprika. It's a jumbo number 7. This would fall probably under the boucle realm. The colors are just so pretty. It's got like a white base and then splashes of just this like, it almost looks like hand painted with like all the colors that fall. So we get some nice browns and mustard tones and brown. I said browns already. Reds, really beautiful. I have 4 and maybe 4.5 balls of this particular. I mean, that's more than a half, but 4.5 of that. Pull that out. Sorry, this is the first time around I had it organized-ish, but then I threw everything back in. Holy shit! Now it's really bad. Okay, so now I have 3 of these in 3 different colors. Well, I have 1 of each of these in 3 different colors. This is when AC Moore was in business. So this is the Studio Stitch by Nicole Supreme. I have no idea how to find the name of the color. I tried very hard. This is a jumbo number 7. It is a knit strip like that, so you can crochet it as a tube. You can arm knit with it. However you decide to do it, recommends a 25mm hook. And each skein has 32.8 yards. It's 100% acrylic. I have this olive green, like army green, really gorgeous. I have this light to medium gray, very pretty, and then I have this light pink. I have 2 full cakes of the Caron Cloud Cakes. This is in the color Raw Raspberry. I started making a Lost Soul shawl with the other one, but I'm just going to frog that and sell both of them together. Super soft. If you haven't touched the cloud cakes, they're just incredibly soft. And it's a 4-weight yarn. Recommends a 4.5mm hook. Let's see, machine washable and dryable, 100% polyester, 8.5 ounces, 760 yards per cake. Very just like nice, vibrant raspberry color. So these are probably like this one's probably partially used. This one definitely is. This is the Eco Brights. It's been discontinued. Was at Michael's for a little while. I don't really like working with this yarn myself. I find it splits a little bit on me, but some people really liked it. This is the color green. This is probably named orange. It's not like a vibrant, it's not like a crazy bright orange. It's showing pretty true to color. The green is definitely brighter. The full ball is 255 yards, 5.3 ounces. That's cute. It's 5-weight bulky. It's a 4-weight. It's not a 5-weight. And it recommends a 9mm, which I think is bonkers, but okie dokie. So yeah, I have these. They run really well through the knitting machine. So when I have like continued to use them, I've used them as cast on and cast off yarn for my knitting machine. But maybe you would like knitting or crocheting with them. I don't know your life. So this together is 1 full ball. I started working it with the knitting machine and found that I liked working it better with the knitting machine than by hand. This is, I love this wool, Naturals, Pure and Simple. This is in the color Toasted Almond. It's a marled, really light cream, mixed with like a darker brown. I find it's a little scratchy and not quite scarfable. But if I put it in my knitting machine, I didn't have to touch it too much. I'm more sensitive to like this scratchiness of wool. But even still, like if I made like a sock or something with it, which I think is probably what I tried to do, like it's not too scratchy for like really warm like winter socks or anything like that. I did sew at the end, but like that's gonna be super easy to undo. And yeah, so all of this makes one ball of that. Now I have two of these. These are Sundance Cutesy. They are a chain spun yarn. They're 100% polyester, 32 yards per skein. It recommends a size Q hook, and which I think is like 15 millimeter. It's a 6 super bulky, and this is the color Prince Multi. Um, I got this to make like the little frosted like berry things in our bouquets from our wedding, but I just never got around to it. So these are complete, and these are brand new, have not been touched. Next, I have probably like annoying. Next I have probably like one and a little bit more than a half of this buttercream Luxe Craft angel hair. This is so soft. It's ridiculous. It's very soft. It's got a really nice halo. It's 3.5 ounces. It's 50% acrylic, 28% nylon, and 22% wool. It's a 5 bulky, and it's a really nice yarn. I would say that this yarn is somewhere between white and cream. I think it's white, but it might be slightly cream. Who knows? But it's very pretty. It's next to a white. Next to a white, it looks kind of cream, but it's like a light cream. So, okay, now we're getting into some territory of like, we're starting to get more and more into the, I don't know. So this is a full skein. It just looks a little chaotic. This is the Mainstay velvet yarn. And this is a 6-weight super bulky. Recommends an 8 millimeter hook. This is in the color blue tones. So it's got shades of blue, purple, and green. It's very, very pretty, very vibrant, very soft, and definitely a thicker velvet. I haven't crocheted with it, but there's like no shedding. There's no shedding at all. So very pretty. Just never really got around to it. So the next two, I just don't know what they are. I got them from Granny D ages ago, and I just don't really like using velvet, if I'm being honest. I also have some like, I have, it says that it's called Dream Chenille, but it's velvet from Dollar Tree. So those come in like light pink to like ranging from light pink to darker red shades. So if you wanted any of those, just let me know. So this is probably one complete ball. I believe it's bernat velvet. It's got shades of gray, purple, blue, like this nice maroon. Could be like wielded in like a very patriotic, like American way, or you could make whatever you want. It's very, very pretty, very soft, and just has the look of bernat velvet to me. Next. Oh, God. So, what I imagine is that this is a full ball that threw up, and then this is what's left of another ball. So this is another shade of bernat velvet. And I swear I've seen these in store, but when I look online, I can never find the right colors. So this has got gold, brown, and then like a minty teal. It's very cool looking, super cool looking, but I just don't use velvet. So like a ball and a half of that. Then I have almost two Loops and Threads Charisma in the color Northern Lights. This has turquoise, blue, greens, purple, and blacks. And it's just a very pretty color. Let's see. A full skein is 109 yards. Let's see. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 9 millimeter hook. I'm assuming it's acrylic. Yeah, 100% acrylic. 6 weight. There we go. Okay, another one I'm assuming is a full skein. Again, from AC Moore. This is Stitch Studio by Nicole. This is the Grandeur yarn. It's a 6, super bulky. It reminds me a lot. So there's another yarn I have in here that's really similar, but I don't. It's like, I want to say it's like almost like Woolies, not Woolies. I can't remember the name of it. But these are super similar. Well, this one definitely has wool in it. This might be Woolies, but I have like a little tiny half ball of some like green color there. But it just has a similar kind of like, it looks a lot like rope. It's a very nice like brushed bronze color, very beautiful, super gorgeous. Has a halo to it. You might be able to see that little halo to it. However, I believe, yeah, it's 100% acrylic. And this is the color Elegant Earth. More velvet yarns. Who knows how much of a ball this is. This one just does not... I've tried so hard to get this in the label. It just doesn't work. So this is Bernat Baby Velvet in the color Fairy Lavender. It's a medium 4-weight. Recommends a 5mm, 100% polyester. 100 gram, 3.5 ounce, 165 yards. Who knows? Who knows how much has been used of this? These are the only velvet yarns I have left. Yes. Okay, so this is a much thinner velvet. This is like a 3-weight velvet. No idea what it is. I've never seen it before in my life. It's very, very beautiful, kind of like a sky blue, slate blue with the velvet kind of shininess coming through it. It's very, very pretty. It's gorgeous. This has to be a whole ball of whatever it was, but whatever it is, I do not know. It's very pretty. Someone should use it. I don't know who. So, thankfully, during my live that got deleted because I'm an idiot, someone helped me find that this was Bernat Casa. So this is the blue one. It has a bunch of different textures all in one yarn. So it's got some boucle parts right here, like, see that? And then it's got some like velvet or chenille parts. Like here's the thicker chenille, and then it's also got like thinner, like lighter, light reflecting chenille. It just has a bunch of texture, and I imagine it would create something really cool, but it barfed on me immediately and became just unbearable, so it's in a bag, and it will be shipped in a bag. So if you have any interest in trying it, let me know. Now, I worked with it a little bit, even though it was super barfy, and I had no problem seeing my stitches or anything, so I was like, it's pretty cool. Then I have 2 cakes of whatever this is. It's a brown that's like a little bit mauve-y, and then it has like all of the colors of the rainbow as flecks, but they're all kind of muted. I just thought it was really, really beautiful. I hadn't quite seen yarn quite like this before. It's very pretty, so whatever that is, whatever that is. So here is Premier Brushed. This probably is a whole skein. It's the Mega Brush, sorry. It's 2.45 grams, 133 yards, 100% acrylic, 4-weight, and it's the same colors as the Charisma I mentioned before, so purple, blue, teal, green, and black, just in a different weight. This is Lion Brand Jiffy. This is, feels kind of like a tube, maybe chain spun. Not really. It doesn't have that kind of like, you can feel the chain. So who knows what this is? Lion Brand Jiffy. And this is the Quick and Easy Mohair Look yarn. but it's 100% acrylic, 3 ounces, 135 grams. It's black. Sorry, 135 yards. It's black. So I don't need to really describe the color to you too much. But it has a lot of fuzz and like halo to it. This is one of my thrifted finds. So it does kind of like try to give you that like brushed matted wool look. This is Bernat Soft Boucle. And this is the color Earth Shades. Let's see. Details. It recommends a 6mm hook. And then it says 98% chenille soft acrylic. No idea what that is. 2% polyester. It's 5 ounces. And it's like it's kind of got that mauve-y brown to it, but then it also shifts to like a black. It's almost got like baubles to it, doesn't it? It's not like your typical boucle. It's really, really interesting. Has a bunch of really cool texture. I imagine this would be so fun to work with. And definitely be very different from your typical boucle experience. But what do I know? Speaking of boucle, I got 2 boucle yarns we can look at. So this, I'm almost sure is homespun. I got it because I thought it kind of looked like a rainbow, but in hindsight, maybe not. I don't know, whatever. So this is a navy, red, and green boucle style yarn. It's the same weight as homespun. If this wasn't homespun, I would be very, very surprised. Judging by the size and the density of this ball, if this isn't like a full skein, it's pretty close. Very pretty, but I just don't use this type of yarn much, really, at all. And then this is just a wild yarn. So this yarn I thrifted. I like the amount of it and something totally different. So at first I was like, oh, it's cotton, and then I looked and I was like, it's like roving. It's roving. And it's got a lot of texture to it, and it's really cool looking. It's got this jade color to it. You can really see on the bottom a lot of that texture coming through. I will say that when because I thrifted this was definitely something that probably sat on like someone's shelves for a while, and so there is like dust and stuff on the top. So when you're working with this, you definitely want to make sure you give it a good wash once you're done with whatever project you're working on. This is a really cool yarn. This is the Moda Eden yarn. I finally can get a better view of it. It's got this like really light brown base, and then it's got these like kind of dark cream colored pieces that are just crazy. And the texture's wild, but it's probably the softest yarn I've ever touched. It's so soft. I just could be like, but yeah, so let's see. So this is made in Italy. This is the color Earth. It's a 5-weight bulky, but I'm just gonna call like a big fat bullshit on that. Because like, even if you count if you only count the bulkiest part, like the thickest parts, then yeah, sure, 5. But like, it's just not like, it's not like that. That I wouldn't classify it like that, but no one asked me. It's 100% nylon, 50 grams, 76 meters or 83 yards. It's a bulky 5-weight, like I said, and they recommend using a 6mm hook. So this is super cool. It's very tiny. It's very tiny. Like, look, there's a can of soda. Like, it's very tiny, but very cool and very soft nonetheless. This is probably some like Caron Simply Soft prints or something. It's got like teals and purples in it. I'm not gonna use that, so there you go. It's not a full skein. These are kind of similar, bought them thrifted. No idea how much there is. I remember putting my fingers inside this one, and I was like, that's definitely like less than half of a ball, but okay. This one's definitely more dense. But they both have similar texture where they have this like look to them where they have a center, like a center thread that they come off of. This is definitely more like downy, like cottony feeling. Although I imagine they're both 100% acrylic, but this one's a little less packed on it. Like what comes off of it. So like this one's really soft, but this one's like crazy soft. However, the pink one, when it is together, it kind of tends to kind of like it almost seems like it mats together, but then you can easily pull out a strand and you're like, oh, it didn't mat together. Huh, okay. So just a different feel to it. So just put those, in the same bucket. Next is the Rowan cotton braid. I have 2 of these. This is 68% cotton, 22% viscose, and 10% linen. They're each 50 grams, and color. I thought I found it before, but now I'm like, where is the color? This is shade 362. Okay. And so they're basically like it's basically different shades of like lilac to violet woven, and then they sewed over it using a sewing machine or something with a white cord. So great decorative yarn, great, just pretty nice yarn. I don't know what you want me to say about that one, but that's what I'm gonna give you. So this one is wild, and you might be like, put that away because that's wild. And I'm gonna say no, because you need to see this. This is cool. This yarn I want to use so bad, but it's one of those like things I gotta let go because I just have too damn much yarn. So this is a Sesame Street yarn. This is one of the Oscar the Grouch yarns. It's discontinued. I cannot find it anywhere because they're still selling a lot of Sesame Street yarn. So it's just like I've been digging and digging and digging, can't find it. It has a lot of texture coming off of it. Surprisingly not hard to stitch with. I did crochet a little bit with this, but I frogged it. The frogging was a little bit harder, but not impossible. Not nearly as impossible as it looks. And this is a whole skein of it. It's 3.5 ounces. So it has shades of white, lime green, and Kelly green. Very cool, very pretty, and it's softish, but it's more about like the texture component for me. It's not like scratchy or anything. Okay, so I have 3 of these. I bought it when it first came out. I was like, I'm gonna be a yarn reviewer. Yeah, I never did that. So this is the Lion brand chainette. I believe this is still sold, maybe on Hirschner's, maybe on Lion Brand's website. I think I saw it somewhere. It is 65% baby alpaca, 35% nylon, 1.75 ounces or 50 grams, 164 yards. The color is spice. Hand wash, lay flat to dry. They recommend using a 5.5 millimeter hook. And again, this is chainette, so it's chain spun. They say, what did they say for the yarn weight? They say it's a 4 weight. Yeah, I think that's appropriate because like the chains do stretch, but it's a nice 4 weight. Has like a beautiful like little halo to it. It's just so soft. It's so pretty. I feel like you can make such beautiful things with this. I have 3 full untouched, well, I mean I just touched them, but like uncrocheted balls of that. And then here's just kind of like a rapid fire of just like little things I have. I also have some decorative yarn. in different places. So if you're looking for like decorative yarn for any reason, let me know, and I can show you some pictures. But I figure that that's more work getting it out for something that people probably just pick out when they need it. So here's some purple, like 5 or 6 weight. This one's pretty scratchy, but it's perfect Halloween colors. It's orange, red, green, and purple. I imagine, like, just by the feel of it, that it's Red Heart Super Saver, but I've never seen this colorway. But it's like it's like the full size of just a regular size Super Saver. So I don't know, but it's pretty scratchy. It's not soft. There's this one, much softer, shades of green and brown. It's probably a good 5 weight. Very soft, shiny, and has a little bit of a halo, but probably 100% acrylic. This definitely has wool in it. It's a roving. This is my dream yarn. Honestly, it hurts to get rid of it, but I'm like, I never use it, so might as well put it up there. Different shades of green. I mean, there's like really vibrant, like Kelly greens to dark greens, light greens, all the stuff. It's a roving that goes all the way up to like a 5, down to like a 2. Definitely has wool content in it. How much, what it's made of, I don't know. Where it's from, where did you come from, where did you go, I don't know. This I liked because it had trans colors, kind of light blue, blue, light pink, mint, and then it has, it's a roving yarn, but then it has this kind of like white ribbon that goes around it, and then with the white ribbon has a corresponding shimmering, like a shimmery, like ribbon style thing to it that's the same color as the yarn is in that section. So it's super, 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 super pretty. Very squishy. Probably some more of that white stuff that I saw earlier. Lots of other like mini balls. This one is really cool because this is like a chenille yarn, but it's black base, but it has like neon rainbow colors. So it's just really cool. I've never seen it out in the wild, so I was like, I'm gonna get that, and then guess what? Never used it. So yeah. So let me roam around and see what else I've got in my bag of tricks. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some kind of random stuff that I have that I want to part with. So I have 3 full balls of this impeccable yarn. This is the last yarn, I think. I mean, there's probably other yarn that if you ask me, I'd probably be able to part with, but just things that caught my eye that I was like, I can get rid of. So this is impeccable yarn. Loops and threads, 285 yards, 4.5 ounces, medium 4 weight, 5mm hook. This is the color putty. So it's just like a nice, like light gray color. Then I have these pop tubes. So this was a 52 pack, and I probably have used like 4. So I could definitely part with this. It comes in a nice little carrying case. These are great. I made some fidget snakes out of them. Great for fidget toys and things like that. This great thing for fidget toys. Bells. Little pack of bells. So this is a 16-pack of Pennsylvania suction cup hooks. They're mini. They're 3/4 of an inch. So these we got because my wife was really big into wine charming for a while. And she wanted to make some for stemless wine glasses. So you can stick these on the side of stemless wine glasses and make wine charms out of those if you want. So 16 of those. Here are 40 brass, it's a set of 40 brass buckles, and they're not brass, sorry, they're bronze assorted, so like different size buckles, and it came in a pack of 50. I've used some since, so there's about 40 left of these. That's a nice heft to them. I have a couple different beads and charms that you could use to make stitch markers, stuff like that. These clay lemons and watermelon. I think I also have some pumpkin beads somewhere. And then these glass candy corn beads. I have this blank wooden coffin shape that I never got around to doing anything with, so if you want it, let me know. I know this is random, and then I'm going to get into fabric after this, so it's going to be just like, what is going on? I'm trying to get rid of stuff, y'all. Okay, some more crafty stuff. Bits and pieces of sparkly craft foam, and this is also adhesive backed, depending on what you like to do with your sparkly craft foam. So most of the colors of the rainbow, a little bit of everything, sparkly stuff, whatever. So this is the Kumihimo disc. This is great for making bracelets. You can add beads to it. You can use just yarn with it. You can make lanyards with it, all kinds of stuff. It's foam, like a really sturdy foam, and there are a lot of videos online on how you can use this. Now, you can make one out of cardboard, but I've always found that those just don't hold up or don't hold, especially if you're using like a thinner yarn or thread. They don't hold up as well, personally speaking. So I've always had really good luck with this. Like nothing slips out of the foam, so it's really great. Next, I have a resin making kit. So I have one kit that came with like a bunch of just like essentials for making just like simple jewelry. So it's got like a little pack of glitter, some keychains, like some molds for like jewelry and some like necklaces and stuff like that. Also came with faux gold, rose gold, and silver flakes, which is pretty cool. And then I have in that set also epoxy resin. It's got 2 parts, A and B, and I use probably about 75%, would you say, of each of those. So you can still get quite a bit out of just like the base kit. And then also I purchased separately molds for coasters. So there's 4 coaster molds, and then there's 1 coaster holder mold, so that once you make your coaster, you can make a coaster holder mold, and put your coasters in there. That's a super cool thing that I wanted to do, but then I realized I don't really care about resin. I just don't. Whatever. So I have about this huge thing of mailers, and then my selling went way down, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll get rid of some of these. So I'm willing to part with like up to 40 of these 6x10 bubble mailers. So let me know if you want some orange bubble mailers. It'd be really cute if you drew a little pumpkin on it. I just thought of that. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. And then this is a toner microphone. Includes, what is the name of this? Like the diffuser, you know, like the spit catcher. Comes with a mic. Now, you can't just plug this directly into your computer. So you need a cord that plugs into this. And there's also instruction manual. And you need the cord that plugs into this, and then that can go directly into your computer or your sound mixing device. But if you have like a podcast or something like that, you want to clean up your audio. I know that's very hypocritical coming from me, because my audio is always garbage, but you know, that exists as well. So so that is mine, and I have the black one. So let me get out my sewing and fabric stuff, and I think that should be it. So I can already tell that this is going to be the most chaotic section of them all. So if you're not into fabric or sewing, don't worry about the rest of the video. So I believe this is 2 yards of this really cute fleece. It's pink and it's got little white ghosts in it. Some of them have glasses, little pink cheeks. This is 2 yards. Fleece won't fray, so you could just use it as a blanket as is, or you could crochet a border around it, or you could do something different with it. Whatever you want. Another fleece that I have is this pattern with haunted houses on it, little witches, spooky little pumpkins, bats. Very cute. Again, probably, I think I ordered this online, so it's 2 yards. Because you have to order 2 yards. Now this is not 2 yards. This is a lilac, lavender, I don't know, whatever the difference is. Fleece. At one point I was stuffing my stuffies with fleece because I thought it made it sturdier and like less lumpy, but I don't do that anymore. That was a weird time in my life. Let's see what we have here. So I believe what we have here is something. I was gonna make a pattern for I was using a pattern for a little stuffed squirrel, so I have this really soft kind of, is it fleece too? I don't know. Really soft fabric in both gray and white. If I can find that little squirrel pattern. Where's the squirrel? I think I started cutting it up and then I was like, too many little pieces. So, there's a squirrel pattern out there for that. Now I have the fleece version of this, but this is the flannel version. This is 2 yards as well. This is the same pink, but it's got a lot of different patterns, some palmistry, some bones, skull, moth, moons, things like that, potions. Very, very cute. This is a flannel. So on the other side, it does not have the print on it. So if you wanted to use that, you would have to back it or, do something different. So many just like bags and bags and bags of shit. Okay, so I have a pattern for a dog bed, and I was going to make the large one be, and so I have the fabric for that. So I picked out a gray, like a darker, like tree. This is like a very durable fabric. So I have the fabric for that, and then for the bed itself, I picked out something super, super soft. So that is for the dog bed. So all that can go together if you wanted to make a little dog bed for your poopy. Now it's a fairly large dog bed. I can give you the dimensions. Now you could always not use all of them and make a smaller dog bed. You have a smaller dog. Let's see. So it also has a pattern for a little stuffed bone. Let's see. It just has the dimensions of the fabric. Yeah, the pet bed B is noticeably larger than pet bed A. But I have a big old dog, so I was like, big old dog bed. Makes sense. Although, he sleeps in little cat beds, because he's a little precious angel. The next is, I was going to create some, like, velour, like, Juicy Couture style joggers for Mel. So this is a pattern for joggers. It has sizes extra small to extra large. So I got fabric in this, it's purple, kind of pink purple, very, very super soft, very Juicy Couture era. And then for the band, and they're joggers, so they come together at the ankle. So I got this stretch, like, jersey, for the, midsection and the ankles. So those all go together as well. And if you're not sure about the sizing, like, 'cause pattern sizing is really weird, I can send you a picture of the back of the pattern so that you can see if the measurements work with the pattern that you're looking at. Okay, so here I was going to make a shirt for Pride. I was going to make this button up. This is sizes 34 to 40. Vogue Patterns Men. Also just has regular button-ups. It's got 3 variations of the shirt. And so I was going to use this, which now I actually really hate it. But I was going to use it for my Pride top. But it's just not me. Just not me right now. So, and then I also just got some black plastic buttons for that. So, so that's an option if you're, looking at that. Okay, so this is not fabric. This is part of a costume. Okay. Like I said, this is like chaos incarnate. I've got stick-on rhinestones. I've got white bird feathers. I've got tape that looks like leaves. I have this mold, which I think is a candy mold. Don't use hot glue or anything hot in it because it won't release. I tried to use hot glue and it did not work. But it's got different, like, gem shapes in it, so that could be pretty cool. I also got some silver and gold painted leaves. Some gold washi tape. A bunch of different, like, glitter glue things. Just a bunch of shit. Okay, so these fabrics, I have a ton of stretch elastic that's clear. Yeah, it's a ton of it. It's a ton. It's 1 millimeter, 0.39 inches in diameter, and it's 100 meters. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot. Okay, so the next I got to make like dresses. So I really like this pattern. I forgot what the name of this flower is. The one with the black in the middle. We had it at our wedding. But so I got this. I have no idea the measurements on it. I imagine it's like at least 3 yards. And then I think I got the same amount of fabric for this light green, and it's got dark green leaves, and there's gold, like shiny gold on it. So I think I was going to make 2 dresses with the same pattern. Some rhinestones, some rivets. Here's the dress pattern. Butterick 5919. Then I have like aprons and dresses here. Butterick 6318. 5919. This is the problem with patterns, y'all. They're just made to be just gone. I got these 2 pieces of wood because I thought they would be cute as, like, if you did, like, little amigurumi heads as, like, taxidermy heads. But I never did that. I'm really showing, like, how bad I am at committing to, like, anything. There's gotta be, like, one, like, it's gonna be hard to, like, know how much. For the green dress, I think this is gonna be the lining. It's just a dark green lining for that. Lots of buttons. Buttons, and then what are you? What even are you? Craft, cool, rivets, punk. Are you like studs? Because if you're studs, I will keep you, and no one will ever take you away from me. They're studs. they're like cone studs. That's fucking awesome. Cool. Here's more of. There's a lot of buttons for these. Let's see what you are. Butterick 5919. 5919. 5919. Collar 5919. Yeah, I guess I cut out all the pieces and then just didn't fucking keep the rest of the fucking pattern. What an idiot. This is really, really just painful to experience in real time. Some more stuff. Rhinestones. Buttons. Just so many buttons. Can't find that 5919. I'll keep that off to the side just in case it's made its way back into my pattern. But yeah, lots of black, light green, light blue buttons. These are actually not buttons. They're like black gems, 47 sew-on gems. I think I used them for my Darth Vader bra like a million years ago. Okay. Okay, some more just like fabric coming at you. So here I just have a bunch of different fabrics without any rhyme or reason. Some I have like flannel, fleece. I have a lot of fleece. I did some fleece throws. I did like, yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna want any of this, but if you want just like some bags of just random fleece and flannel, let me know, but it doesn't really have any like purpose, but it does any of this. Okay, so this fabric, oh my gosh, so I found it on sale one day. I was gonna make something out of it, but I don't remember. Probably some kind of like lingerie or something, because it just seemed right to do at the time. Yeah. I probably structured it after this. No, wait, that's just purple fabric. That's just purple lace. And then I got blue lace. And then I cut more of this off to do something with that. Okay. And then I have stretchy elastic that's round. No idea how much that is. Okay. Cool. Ready? So I can't even estimate that. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with any of this fabric. Just wish someone would come and just take it off my hands. Whatever. More fleece. This is stuff that I cut up into smaller bits to pack stuff up. So, I don't think anybody wants that. I think this quick sew, I think that's a squirrel. This is the coolest fabric in the whole wide world. I got it in the remnants, but I want more of it. It's green, but it like shifts yellow and orange. Can you even? So I was gonna do some kind of strappy fun time number for that, but never got around to it. So, really cool fabric. Some different colors of green tulle. Two colors of green tulle, and then some black tulle. Oh, this is chaos. Okay, so here's some like Ribblr type costumes. This is in the smaller sizes. Some like custom sizes that I made, custom patterns. Oh my gosh, this is terrific. It's just horror. Heads up, if you buy a pattern that isn't already coupled with with an outfit or like with cut fabric, I'm just selling all my patterns together. Like, they're gonna be really, really cheap, but like I can't like distinguish like this. This is just a bag of cut pieces of fabric. Why would I do that? Why? Like, I know it's annoying to have to deal with like the cut pieces, but like, holy moly. Okay, so these are fabric scraps. Yeah, fabric scraps. That's all. Okay, I don't think anybody would want anything here. If you want fabric scraps, oh man. I'll just shove them in the box that you order everything else with. Okay. Me right in the ouchie place. Which there are several ouchie places, so I guess it doesn't specify anything, but that's okay. We don't need to be specific. Right? I don't know what butter 599 is. Okay. But it could be in with the rest of the patterns. Very likely is. Okay, and then I'm just going to quickly show you the other patterns I have. Oh, I got two of the kind of triangular, not triangular, oh my god, rectangular ones. So this is a Yaya Han bodysuit. This is actually signed by her. And that was pretty cool when she had her website, and I'm sure she still does. But when she was like she was like the famous cosplayer. So this is in the larger size, and it has 4 variations. So this is the bodysuit right here. This is like a Renaissance fair dress, corsets, You can tell what I was interested in at the time. Some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever this is, like that. Like, some of this. I like losing my words as time goes on. Just different skirts, different leggings, tunics and leggings. This like bag. This project bag, which would be really useful for me, although I have one very similar and I don't use it. This with a bunch of animals, little stuffed animals on it, very cute. This with some like cute retro tops. What are we? 5919. Okay, so we're starting to put some of the pieces together. I think we've probably gone for that one. Let's see. I'm just gonna put you back very gently. They use the thinnest paper imaginable for patterns. And then it's like when you try to fit it back in, it's still just like bulging and huge because you're like, how did this ever fit in here? At least I have the instructions, so that's nice. Hopefully I have all the pieces in there. Ugh, I hate patterns. They're so annoying. Okay. Something I made. Something I couldn't get back in there. A newspaper where I wrote a pattern. This is where I extended a pattern. Overskirt waistband. Oh, I think I remember what that is. I don't quite know though. Toddler baby stuff. Skirts that are pretty cute. Lady bodysuits. Lady suits for like AMAB bodies. Maybe is a better way to say it. Yep. These dresses, okay. That aged well. These types of tops. Where I was going with that. Gloves, that was crucial at the time. Some more kind of like Ren Fairy type patterns. Really struggled to get that back in there. And then there's a lot of stuff here at the bottom which may go to some place. But like I said, you buy patterns, you're gonna buy them all. I might not sell the signed bodysuit one. I feel like the bodysuit one I might keep, but everything else is up for grabs. Because, like, honestly, dissecting all of them and, like, trying to get them apart, other than the ones I knew, like, the dog bed and stuff, like, I knew that I haven't opened that. That's for that. Like, I won't do that. But everything else. Lots of corset patterns, different sizings, things like that. I'll probably keep that bodysuit one. But yeah, I mean, I will sell them for pennies on the dollar, which if you've ever bought patterns, you know that they are not cheap. But I just can't even imagine asking for more than that. So anyways, this is a lot of stuff. I probably have more stuff. Like I said, I have a Centro that like doesn't really work. So like if you're experienced like Centro repair and stuff like that, it's a 48 pin. So like if you just like pay for shipping, like I will send it to you. Like that type of thing. So yeah, like just please help me. Please help me downsize, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with me for this really long video, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever, whatever, wherever you are. Okay, bye.